Hello, wonderful people. What's going on? Today, I have truly something special for you, and I have few things to say about this before I start the review. This fragrance, actually, thanks to one of my great brothers who lent me these 7 bottles to do a 7-day challenge, do one review per day and finish the reviews. Nothing like that. Just kidding. But this is his bottle, so this is on loan. And you guys know my love for this fragrance. You can see from the title, it's a Tom Ford Tuscan Leather review. I have done this from a small sample that I have somewhere in 2-in-1 video somewhere like last year or early this year, but I haven't actually done a full bottle review. And I'll let you know my thoughts on this one because this fragrance in the community, many people call this one is the king. To them, Aventus is the king, like boom. And people call this like holy grail. People say, oh man, like the smell is just so masculine and everything. And the clones even of this fragrance are doing really good. For example, Club de Nuit Intense Man, already legendary. But to me, when I started my fragrance journey, I saw the review of this one by Mark, I believe Steven, some of these OG reviewers, like some of the best reviewers in the community. If you talk about reviewers, I would look at people who actually have done their work. They have put their number of reviews, they have done their years of hard work, didn't do some gimmicky stuff just to become popular overnight. No, that's not my respect. Where my respect is, my respect is to people who have done the work. So when I saw their review, I kind of had that, in my head, like Tuscan leather is like something I have to smell because I love the note of leather. I love the name Tuscan leather, and the fragrance is just altogether Tom Ford. It's just dreamy, but it's so expensive, right? If the prices are like, if you look to pay retail, it's expensive. I'll talk about it. So this one is a 100 ml bottle that I have here from the brother. This is Tom Ford Tuscan leather. It's EDP concentration 100 ml. It comes in this kind of boxes like any other private line. And here's some more information. So Tom Ford is a guy, I find him very sexy. Like I'm a straight dude, but I find him very, very sexy. His confidence, the way he talks, his control over, like his interviews and everything is just pure class, sheer class. That man is sheer class. And it says Tom Ford up here. So Tom Ford has a lot of awesome fragrance releases like Wood, which I have also to review. And there's also Neroli Portofino. They have Tobacco Wood. They have Tobacco Veni. Like this is one of the bigger hits. This is loved by men and women. So let's see what you get, and I'll show you some similar fragrance that I have, and I'll tell you if it's still worth paying for Tuscan leather today. So here's once again the presentation. When you open it, be very careful because the bottle is not deep down in the box. Okay, so this is how it comes. This is the bottle. This is actually, many people know this already. So it's like if I raise it, you'll see how much, just little bit of the bottle is in there. So this is kind of, for me, it's kind of like not very practical, but it looks nice golden. The bottle is really beautiful. If you see some other companies, they actually try to copy this bottle design. I think ST DuPont bottles, I had one, Oud Oriental or something, Ambre Oriental, something like that. That one has bottle like this, but this is actually a very premium bottle. It looks very, very up close. Okay, so this one Tom Ford people know as designer, but I would call this niche because this is the private blend. And this one, if you're looking to buy retail, 50 ml of this, it might cost you in Bangladesh around $200. A big bottle like this will cost you $350. Okay, outside it's much more. So it says Tom Ford up here. It's still pretty much in production, the sticker, and the name of the fragrance in the golden. I think this looks very premium. And this is kind of like, I think, snug fit, but I wouldn't risk it because it's pricey. And if you see the bottle, it looks dark, but if you put it against the light, you can actually see through, all right, the juice. So it's kind of not all the way opaque. So you take it out. It doesn't click onto place, but it kind of slides on there nicely, golden sprayer. So let me spray this and talk about it. My king. Tuscan leather is my most favorite perfume. And let's see what you get. So yeah, let's see the spray. Okay, one spray is really good enough. I would spray some on my jacket actually just to get the smell of the leather on my leather jacket. But yeah, so yeah, wow. That opening, guys, it just, this DNA, it will just blow your socks off, like boom, just like that. It's Tuscan leather has that power. It's, if you talk about power, this is a very powerful fragrance. It's so delicious, it's so tasty, it's so sexy, it's so sexual. I would call this a sexual fragrance. And it's so dark, it's yum, it's a cold weather fragrance, it's beast mode supposed to be, but with the current formulation from my sample, I did not find it to be very beast mode. But On my skin, this Tuscan leather didn't last, but on the paper, this is 24 hours plus it's pushing. I have another paper. I tested it, so this does a good longevity. Just that my skin chemistry, this particular one doesn't last all that long in the newer formulation. But older ones, I hear it was much more animalic. So this one, people call it, I think, the note of, I think, cocaine. I don't know what some sort of drug note in this. People just smell it and like, like those who do drugs and stuff, they'll be like, this is yum. I don't do drugs, but I'm still calling it yum, right? So this is so beautiful. There's this beautiful, I mean, the fruity notes. There's this leather that will pop up much later, a little bit dark, and that cocaine note. I think it's cocaine or cannabis. I think it's cocaine, yeah, cocaine. And it's kind of addictive. More and more you smell it, more you want to smell it like some more. Like even if you smell it on the lady, it will be very sexual. I mean, sexy, and if the dude wears it, he's gonna be very nice. It's not gonna smell feminine at all. So it's right in the middle, like unisex, not borderline. It's just perfectly unisex perfume, and I think it suits cold weather nights beautifully. It will project leaves a nice central and sillage. I think other people will get much better performance than me because my skin is kind of like built for summer countries, warm. I sweat a lot, so this fragrance still I love it to the bits. But I'll show you some fragrance now which I love in the same DNA of this. Okay, I own quite a few. So first of all, I'll show you Nabil's Arab Tradition, which there's a sticker here. I threw it away, it looks cheap. This is very nice fruity version. It has the raspberry, more amped up than Tuscan leather, and I find this fragrance very long lasting. This fragrance lasts on me like a long time, and this is much more cleaner version of Tuscan leather. So if you see Nabil's Arab Tradition, check out my review. I have good marks on this. Then if you know this one, the very first clone that everybody know in the community for a number of years is Layu Kwampuram by Rasasi. Yes, Rasasi is that. They are legendary. So you can buy this pretty much for $85 for 75 ml. Very good, long lasting, and much more animalic than Tuscan leather. The raspberry in this, the leather in this, I think this one is just, you need just 2 sprays to last like 12 hours plus. So this one is really potent. And the last one I really, really love, I mean, I own is Godolphin. This is actually clone of Tuscan leather, I understand, but it's also niche house. You get 120 ml juice as a much cheaper price tag. So I'm not gonna say this is better than Tuscan leather or whatever, but I prefer this because this one, it's just the bottle, I love it so much. I wear it a lot, and this one, the reason for me to love it is this one really lasts on me very, very long time and projects like crazy. So I was lucky with this Godolphin. There's also Golden Boy by Duetto Perfumes. I forgot the house name, but there's also another one from Al Haramain named Leather Oud. Those two are very, very solid too. Try them out if you want a good substitute for Tuscan leather. So is it still worthy of the price tag? In my humble opinion, the fragrance is very, very good, but I wouldn't pay retail on this one. I'm not that rich, and I actually like, I think the where it stands apart from those other ones is the leather note. It's just the black dark leather. You cannot find quite that quality, that high class leather in a Ferrari car or a I don't know, Audi or something like a nice upscale Mercedes Benz. That kind of leather, Napa leather smell in a car, brand new car, you get in this. If you know the black Napa leather, this is where you get it. If you wear this and wear like a leather jacket and sit in a car which has a nice Napa leather interior, this will go beautiful. You can wear this for your dates. You can wear to meet someone for the first time. You can make an impression. This is a beautiful scent. If you can afford it, go buy this. But if you can't afford it, you can go for any of those substitute. I just showed you. Those also perform better than this, right? But I think overall this fragrance, I'm gonna show the respect. Performance is not everything. If the price and performance, if you take in consideration, I'll give this like 8 out of 10, okay? Because it's expensive and the longevity on me is not that great. But if you talk about overall where the inspiration for all those perfumes came from, this is getting 10 for the originality, right? So Tom Ford, kudos to you, and I would say respect. This is, for me, this is the king. Tuscan leather is my godlike fragrance, right? This is a perfect 10, A plus, right? So that's my review on Tuscan leather. Beautiful fragrance. I wish I owned it. Lovely, lovely, lovely fragrance. It's just class above the rest, but the price tag expensive. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching and thanks for supporting, and I have plenty more reviews coming up. Have a very nice, blessed weekend. See you.